Relax. Sit your happy ass down. I already see you about to get froggy. Okay? Get froggy if you want to. I step into sage mode. If you know, you know. How y'all doing? What's going on? Go listen. It's a chair right there. Go ahead. You don't need to sit down for this. We're gonna be cooking for a little bit. My homeboy about to call me in like 45 minutes. So we're gonna try to do our first cook in 45 minutes. First and foremost, welcome to my channel, Six Paths TV. All right. On this channel, we adhere to and follow the 6 Paths of Health. All right, which is the basis for all these teachings. So my 6 Paths of Health is basically is mental, physical, spiritual, financial, creative, and social. I'll be changing from time to time. I always pick the last path. Hey, build the plane when we fly it. But anywho, the main point of the channel is to help y'all improve your communication. And then from there, I want to help y'all improve your relationship to people, places, and things. And ultimately, my dream, Martin had a dream, okay? And my dream is to see black people grow the hell up. Immaturity and the lack of desire to be the best version of yourselves, the most mature version of yourself, not the version of yourself that would be funny for a reality TV show. Because most y'all operate like Nene Leaks. Y'all really be operating. Most y'all be operating like Nene Leaks. Most y'all operate like Jocelyn Hernandez from Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. Probably the finest cast. The finest cast of degenerates. I mean, they probably responsible for setting black folks back about 100 years. I ain't gonna hold you. But them first 3 seasons of Love and Hip Hop Atlanta, when Stevie J took the brand, he took the helm, and he took that brand and he added his sleaziness. You know what I'm saying? Like, the only thing Stevie J didn't do was a whole bunch of cornos. If he would just did his own corn, matter of fact, shoot, if Only Friends was around back then, Stevie J would have killed Only Friends too. You understand? Shout out to Stevie J. But I don't mean that version of yourself. I mean the best version of yourself. But you know, but don't worry about that. I don't think it's the most important thing. It's not what you should be focused on. What you should be focused on is the 6 Paths commands. 6 Paths Dice here. Yeah. Mr. Lane, if you need me. That's what you should be focused on. All right. We got a few subjects to get to today. Good evening, everyone. The time is 6:20 p.m. August 14th, 2024. Shout out to Big Ward the Genius, yo. Big Ward come through and give you all the stats. Let you know exactly what time it is, what's going on in his world, just in case you don't know. Shout out to Big Ward the Genius. Go ahead and check him out. You'll get a chance, man. Real good dude. I don't know him. Okay. So, yo, the B-dubs never cease to amaze me. Let's get the chop in his fable, beloved. It's fair use. So, Scott Jackson was arrested for domestic battery after a public fight with her boyfriend. TMZ reports. Okay. So, that in and of itself is terrible. All right. Because no one should be putting their hands on nobody. But I'm gonna let you know, whenever women get arrested for domestic violence, they did that shit, son. Okay? They did that shit. All right? And you know what's really interesting about like domestic violence when it goes the other way? The funny thing is that for black men, it's pretty normal. No, I want to say it's normal, but most black men have experienced your girl hitting you with time or two. For whatever reason, especially when you're young. You've experienced your girl hitting you with time or two, right? And again, this is one of those examples. Now, even though the story in and of itself is terrible, hopefully old boy is not hurt too bad. Matter of fact, hold on, y'all. Let me give you a better. Here we go, y'all. I mostly just want you guys to see a picture of Duke. Now I don't follow Scott Jackson, so I'm not familiar with what she be doing. All I know is I know Scott Jackson from the meme. You know what I mean? I think she was on a Disney show. Not really sure, but that's not what it's about. What it's about is these comments. So in this post right here, this says hold on. Come through face car, and they put a hand clap emoji. Post a little car selfie amidst news of her recent arrest. Scott Jackson reportedly arrested for domestic battery at the public fight with her boyfriend. So on this channel, you've heard me touch on this before. Now these are not originally my ideas. I watched the show, I think, with Angry Man and Crimson Cure, but I saw on the Crimson Cure first about how black women are the white people of black people, meaning that when we think about them old movies, the movies about the civil rights era or when black people were slaves and whatnot, for the most part, you kind of can see those same behaviors play out here. And it is mostly towards like kids and black men, but black men in particular, where every negative stereotype about a black man, black women believe it and they perpetuate it and they promote it. All right. Another aspect of it is being as though, well, for one, black men in particular and black children, but black men in particular are not human beings. They're property. All right. And for the most part, when it comes to our culture, it's very much like black men went from being a property of white men to becoming a property of black women. All right. And that's a whole rabbit hole in and of itself. And I touch on that to speak on just the no compassion, not even holding her accountable for being violent. But anywho, another aspect of black women being the white people of black people is no matter what you did, any act of violence, any violation, in any reaction you have, no matter how negative it is or how severe it is, it's always justified because of who you're dealing with. If it's a black man, violence is always okay. Destroying them in some kind of way or sabotaging them is okay. It's fine. It's fine. Listen, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. He never gonna work again. Don't worry about it. He permanently damaged. Oh, don't worry about it. Right? And because that's what. Listen, when you look at it that way, it really makes everything clearer in terms of you don't know this dude. All right, let me go ahead and share this joint again. Hold on, man, because what I wanted to show was the comments. Okay, y'all see this joint right here? So one woman's reaction on Twitter was, if the devil can't get to you, he'll send a bum-ass ninja who has nothing to lose. Ma'am, you don't know him or what he's about. What are you talking about? And a dude, I guess that's the guy down there, says, women will blame everyone but themselves. But let's go ahead and kind of get into what the young lady who commented, like what she's actually saying. What she's saying, and again, it's along those lines of, well, if she did that to him, she had a good reason. And that's actually that's a huge part of the thinking when it comes to how black women handle the kids and how black women handle their man. And for the most part, the way other black women see it, anytime there's violence involved, anytime there's acting out involved, any kind of anger, it's always, well, you must have had a good reason. You know what I'm saying? That has to be a logical reason that justifies why you was wilding out. And completely ignoring the fact that, fam, it's domestic violence. Like, wait, are you basically saying that, yo, you don't need no information about old boy, you know what I mean, in order for you to say, yes, he deserved to be abused? And this right here is also a big part of why, again, listen, men in general are walking away from marriage and don't want to get married. Because again, this is when it comes to y'all being boyfriend and girlfriend, that's the nicest you're gonna be. Most men understand that too, because other men have warned you. The nicest you're gonna be is when y'all first meet, especially if she's toxic. You know what I mean? But also too, I mean, let me tell you something right now. You gotta realize that happened in public. So that means that they are a fighting in public couple. Because the thing is this. Y'all gotta really understand what it takes and what it means or what it says about a woman who will get violent. Okay, especially get violent with her man. Because I'm tell you something right now. If the man would have, if there was any information about something negative that he did, it would be in that post. It would be Skia Jackson assaults boyfriend because this happened or whatever, right? It wouldn't just be, you know what I mean? But what was crazy is that's a crime. And again, double standards exist for a reason. I'm not really too mad, but I'm not mad about double standards. But when it comes to actual crimes against another human being, and for the most part, when social media or the shade room in particular writes a caption, now again, she abused someone. She abused someone close to her. And y'all are posting her talking about her face card after she done been arrested. And this is what we all be talking about when like, yo, we are cooked. Like we think all the worst things are cool now. Like it's really so important for black folks to really take a stand and say, yo, we gotta redefine what black power is. We gotta redefine what black love is, because for the most part, black love is dead. There is no black power, and black men and women are going their own separate ways, and the babies are cooked. They cook like a conspiracy theory. They cook like Pizzagate. Okay, they cooked. If this is what we got going on, you understand? And so, but it brings me to my next point. So let me go ahead and read a few of these comments real quick. Let's go ahead and because I want to read a few comments, and what I'm going to touch on is pretty much about the lack of accountability, which I know we drove it into the ground. It's deep in the ground now. There's a whole indentation in the ground with this argument, but we gotta keep on exploring this joint though. But again, I saw a comment in particular I thought was really interesting. Somebody writes, women, we're talking about Skia Jackson, baby. She's innocent. Laughing, crying emoji. Well, it's true. Her and Kiki had clean public records until they're dusty. Accountability versus victimology. Somebody writes, it came out that she barely pushed him twice, and security came over and called the cops. They both told the cops that there was no issue. Somebody else writes, I mean, the video shows it was her as the aggressor. One woman writes, here comes the He-Man Women Haters Club. Shut up. Shut up. Goodness gracious. You know what? Before we move forward, right, let me tell you something. That's for all the men out there. It's something that you don't allow. Do not allow women to redefine words. That's some shit that kids do. When kids don't know what a word means and whatnot, you ever heard a kid or young person use a word, they're using the word incorrectly? Yo, I was talking to a friend of mine today, one of my best friends and whatnot. I forgot why I brought this up, and he was like, yo, my girl does the exact same thing. Like I had to tell her the day that that's not what that word means. This is like an educated person too. And he said he be having to tell her that's not what that word means. Listen, and that is the, and listen, we are living in the end game of victimhood. Okay. And victimhood stands on the shoulders, not even stand on the shoulders. A big part of victimhood, again, is a lack of male leadership. Victimhood is a product of female leadership. of what it looks like when the women are in charge, and the thought process if no one checks that shit. Because what happens with victimhood is that you never do any work. You never actually say, you know what, I'm going to do this better. Your experiences, things like negative things you experience, right, are supposed to make you a better person. I experienced so much betrayal last year. So many people trying to do me, even now, trying to do your boy wrong. People I was cool with, people I was close to, stab me in the back. I had to go on about my day like the shit ain't happened. No, dead ass though, right? And I always talk about this. When we have our experiences, we got two choices. Either you're going to take that experience and become the hero in your own story, or you'll become the villain in someone else's. Meaning that you become this person that had a negative experience, and then you want to spread that to the people around you. All right. And the next part I want to get to is the women in the comment section inferring that the guy is broke. But for the most part, what I'm starting to see more and more is that maybe y'all like broke dudes. Because for the most part, when I be watching these videos and stuff like that, or for the most part, y'all like being the man in their relationship. Y'all like being able to do whatever you want in their relationship. Let me go ahead and share another clip with y'all to further my
crazy. This shit pisses me off so bad.
Hold on, let me bring it back.
Like, the fact that I'm about to have to call an Uber to go to work and I have a car is crazy. This shit pisses me off so bad.
Bro, hello. Yes, why are you
answering the phone like I'm bothering you and you late in my fucking car?
Bro, why do you keep calling me?
Because I have to be to work and you're in my car. Why else would I be calling?
What time you gotta be to work?
I've been told you what time I have to be to work. You need to be here now. I have to be to work now. I'm late already.
I'm 30 minutes away.
You're 30 minutes away. I've been told you that I had to be to work at 12 o'clock. I'm confused. How are you answering the phone with an attitude, though?
I'm 30 minutes away. Here I come, dude.
You be pissing me off.
I just said I'm on my
Okay, I'm about to Uber to work. And you can meet me there and you can figure out how you get in from my job. Because I don't have time. I don't have 30 minutes to wait on you.
You Uber, I'm not about to come all the way. All right.
You not about to come all the way what?
All right. What time you get off?
That don't matter. Meet me at work at the time I have to be there. Be on your way there. Meet me there in my car and figure out what time how you get and where you need to go.
All right.
Like, the fact that I'm about to have to call an Uber to go to work and I have a car is crazy.
Now, don't get me wrong. I thought the interaction seems too perfect, but I don't know. Listen, she may be running a baby boy play, okay? But I'm just saying, so a lot of these videos I watch, a lot of black women, for the most part, when y'all tell y'all story, y'all mostly tell the story about the broke dude, the dude who needs your help. Let me tell you something right now. Whoever that girl is and whoever that dude is, they gonna always be together, okay? Because you got to realize that that's their dynamic, and she likes that. She likes having to come in and like reprimand him. She likes having. I got to realize again, when women be having these daddy issues and stuff like that, and they're not good with their daddy and everything, what they do is they kind of, a lot of times they wind up getting into a relationship where they have more going on. Okay, and don't get me wrong, nothing wrong with sharing a car. Most people share an automobile. That's most people, okay? Most people are lucky to have a car, all right? I think y'all don't be knowing that. If y'all really think about it, right, do you think most people have a car? If a household has a car, y'all lucky, all right? Because listen, there's a reason why Uber and Lyft and Instacart and Uber Eats are all big businesses. Those businesses are mostly for people who don't have a car. Okay, It's the reason why if you in the hood, it's always someone that's going to build a service and transportation. Because like most people don't got cars. Most people have most people don't even have their own shopping cart. You understand me? Most folks don't got a shopping cart for their groceries or their own when they don't got a car. They just go to the grocery store and figure it out when they done. Long-term thinking, right? But anyway, I've come to, and this thinking in general. I'll point these things out because what men do, because men really actually care, men actually listen because they want to win. They want to win your heart. So when you say, I want this kind of man, I want that kind of man, those men are actually trying to become what you say you want. And again, and this also builds on my point about women charge different men different prices. All right. It's all about how she feel about you. Now, of course, when it comes to getting your shit together, I believe all men should be working towards that 24 hours a day. Every atom in your body should be moving towards being the best version of yourself. But there is something to be said about the how, again, videos like this prove that y'all not, first of all, you're not attracted to men with money. You can't attract men with money. First of all, that's never been a thing. Okay, that is for a small group of women, and it's a mixture of being very good looking and being lucky. Because trust me, there's women out here who are regular looking, who are in maybe a situation like that because the man they with loves them that much, and that's how that happens too. That's going to happen based off of how do you make him feel? Because we got to a point where the accountability is so low in terms of the culture. I'm not even talking about the law, the culture. The accountability is so low. The prioritization of black folks is so backwards. You know what I mean? That these are, you're able to find more women in these kind of relationships than women who are actually with a man. That's going to give you that SOS. Shout out to Crimson Secure. System, order, and structure. The guy she on the phone with, first of all, everything about the conversation it's giving baby boy. It's giving Jody and Yvette. It's 2024. You may not be old enough for that reference. Oh, I'm old. Mortimer. You've gotten old. I gotten old. But that's what it's giving, right? And Baby Boy was such a significant film because I think people missed out on what was really going on in that movie and what Yvette and again and who Yvette really was. You know what I'm saying? And don't get me wrong, the Jody character is trash. He's absolutely trash. Now, don't get me wrong. They paint him as he's just the main character. He's not really the protagonist necessarily, but he's the main character. Crimson Cure did a great. It was like 5 minutes, but a great breakdown on the movie Baby Boy. And again, it's significant because it represents the kind of man that gets all the women in the hood pregnant. That's him. Now, he's not that old in the film and everything, but at that time, that was 2000. So that it was more normal for people to move out between 18 and 20 because you might get a roommate. You can find a little place to stay. You can support yourself. You wasn't going to be living good, but you could support yourself with a job. If you had a full-time job and say you didn't drive or nothing like that, you can have an apartment. When I was selling Verizon Fios when it first came out, I knew a kid, I think he was a year older than me, and he already had his own spot. And he was living in Verona by himself. Don't get me wrong, all his money went to that apartment. He was, I think, even at that time, he was paying $1,000. $1,000 for a one-bedroom apartment at that time was pretty expensive. Like $1,000 was kind of expensive until like 2015, 2016. Because in 2015, when we got our first apartment, there was 9 something. And that wasn't a good area. It wasn't even in no bad area. You understand? So, but he was able to afford that. So I'm just kind of giving y'all a context on where things were economically. And also in that movie, he don't have his own car. He driving Yvette's car. You know what I mean? He don't live with Yvette full time. He live at his mother's house and he comes over there and sleeps. He stay with him and her. it's not even clear that that's his son. You know what I'm saying? It's like weird. Like it's just a weird dynamic. But he represents the kind of woman that and the kind of man that a woman will give her all to. Because realistically, in the real storyline, and I think in the movie, I think Yvette's older than Jody in the movie too, right? Realistically, what would have happened was a year or two after that movie ends, they would have broke up for good, and then after that, especially if it was in this era, Yvette would be getting with the next guy and then trying to abuse the next guy and trying to get all her licks back for everything that happened with her and Jody. All right. And then also by that point, she'll be so used to having to be the one to provide structure and kind of really being the man in a relationship that by the time she gets to a new dude, she wouldn't be able to actually get with nobody. All right. Because when people have bad experiences, for the most part, people carry bad experiences for the rest of their freaking life. Unless you do the work to not be like that, to not do that. How many of us can do that? How many of us can say that shit? You understand? How many of us? You heard? So, I want to touch on that. You know what I'm saying? And again, it's just like how much it just seemed like. And again, they're not saying it, but how much like, well, black women really like being the dude in their relationship. Like even to the point where they'll try to physically punish you if you actually in Baby Boy. You know what I'm saying? Yvette smacks the shit out of Jody. And you know, man, they have a fight. You know what I'm saying? Where like, you know, I think he's trying to leave, and she's like, no, you ain't going nowhere. And then she swings on him. He hit a bat and all that. And again, they kind of go through all the motions that a hood couple goes through, especially post the crack epidemic era. You know what I'm saying? Where you have a lot, where basically after you took men out the home, dudes who ain't about shit really became the kings. Because again, there's no one that because the women's vetting process was first of all, there was no more vetting process because the man no longer had to come meet anyone before he started to spend time with you alone. There were no more barriers, so women were left to choose whatever kind of man they want or whatever kind of man that they like. If you like her, if you like her and she like you, I go ahead and be together. She's not looking at his future, not looking at is he intelligent. And that's another thing. So I'm coming to realize, I don't want to say all, but black women for the most part don't want a man to be smart. Because if the man is smart, then, because again, for the most, we got to realize that modern women in general, it's normal to them, or it's become normal to have an adversarial relationship with your man. Or one where you're always running the game, you're always playing, you're always trying to bluff. A lot of bluffing goes on, and you hoping that he don't call your bluff, shit like that. But the next point I want to get to, and I want to talk about is housing crisis. Keisha, what is you going to do, baby? Let me go ahead and share a few of these clips with y'all real quick.
The first month I won't be able to afford rent. I'm not a rich person. I don't have a lot of stuff.
So as you can see, even Becky is being affected by these high ass prices. She said woman falls apart when she realizes she can no longer afford rent as it has increased $500. Says she will have to cut back on eating. I'm trying so hard and I feel like I'm not doing enough.
Basic household necessities, a couch, a bed, washer, a dryer. That's about it. A car.
Baby, you living better than like most of the nation. You got a washer and dryer in your house. Matter of fact, I'm looking at this video right now. It looks like she lives in a nice apartment.
I don't have a lot of lavish things. I don't go on vacations, and I don't spend a lot. Rent's increased from $1,300 to $1,800. The food prices are too high. I've cut back on eating because I literally cannot afford food. I've cut back on my favorite snacks, cat food, treats. I'm exhausted all the time from being overworked and underpaid. You don't catch a break when you grow up poor. I don't need much to be happy. I just want to be able to live comfortable. I just really need to catch a break right now. I'm trying so hard, and I feel like I'm not doing enough. I don't have family. I don't have anything to fall back on. The first month I won't be able to afford rent.
All right, let's watch another one.
Yeah, they own a lot of buildings there. They're just single buildings. They're not complexes.
So it says, woman says that the rent for her North Miami apartment is going up by $750. $750. You see my face? $750. Going up high, baby.
And they really do suck. If you want to look up the neighborhood or whatever, it's gpestates.com. Okay, now I'm going to show y'all the apartment. And just look at the door, y'all. Look at the freaking door. Okay? Broke. No washer dryer. Not even a rack to hang anything up in the hallway closet. Black refrigerator, but a stainless steel stove. Okay? Lots of cabinet space. No cabinet space. Well, okay. Storage is there. Living room was big, a lot bigger in person. Had a sectional kitchen table. Living room, cannot complain. And this is the video, like my move out video. That's why it's a voiceover. Okay, balcony, looking in other people's yard. Fine, I'm cool with that. I'm nosy. Bathroom, which y'all are about to see, small. Okay, very small. Does have a nice walk-in closet, which y'all will see, and another hallway closet, like a linen closet. In the bedroom was huge in person. Like, I had a full L-shaped desk and my bed, TV. The room was very good sized. And just a reminder again, there's no amenities. The only thing that you get is water, trash, and internet. There's no pool, there's no gym, there's no on-site leasing office. Okay, I have to drive to take my keys back. The only thing that you get, maybe I said in the last video, I'm not sure. The only thing that you get with this apartment complex is a built-in alarm clock because the roosters run the freaking neighborhood. I have a video of a rooster. I'm on the 3rd floor, mind you. Rooster walking through the hallway, cock-a-doodle-doing. He be in the hallway at 4 o'clock.
Hold on. Who let a rooster in the building? I ain't gonna lie, my boy. I'm gonna tell you right now. One thing I don't tolerate, I could deal with a lot, man. I can tolerate a lot. But one thing I don't go for is a rooster in my hallway. That's why I draw the line. That's my line in the sand. You understand?
Yeah, they own a lot of buildings there. They're just single buildings. They're not complexes. And they really do suck. If you want to look up the neighborhood or whatever, it's GP Estates.
All right, let's look at one more. Well, a few more.
I'm freaking out right now because I live in Southern California. I live in an apartment, 2-bedroom, 2-bath. I'm already paying $3,200 for this tiny little apartment.
Damn.
Like 700 square feet, 2-bed, 2-bath. And I just got my renewal lease offer. Now they're going to be charging me $3,800. That's like a $600 increase from what I'm paying now. $600. So I'm freaking out because I can barely afford where I'm living right now. It's already hard. I already work 2 jobs. How on earth am I going to have to spend an extra $600? And that's not even including my utilities. With utilities, it'll probably be $4,000 for my 2-bed, 2-bath, 700 square feet or less. I don't even know how much it is, but it's small apartment in California. So I just need to know if anyone else has experienced this price gouging. Like, I have read that they cannot increase your rent by more than 10% of your monthly payment. That's way more than 10%. I did the math and it's around $200 extra, which I could do maybe like increasing like $100, maybe $200, increasing my rent. Ugh. but increasing it by like $600-700, going from $3,200 to almost $4,000. How is this possible? I'm freaking out right now because I live in Southern California.
All right, there's another one.
So I'm sitting in the parking lot waiting to meet my husband for lunch, and I just saw a video of a young lady who asked, where is the village? She was like, if you're not helping me, giving me, buying Pampers, food, or whatever, other than your words, what is this village? Stop saying it takes a village, because where is the village? So in my opinion, the village disappeared when Audacity showed up. There was an influx of young women who, after having one child with a deadbeat father, or absent father, shall I say, and receiving help from the village, after having that one child, you proceeded to have another child, and another child, and another child. Well, the village, quite frankly, said, screw that. We're not here to do it. We're not here. Because one thing about it is, you cannot want the village to help you financially, but you don't want the village to tell you nothing morally. By morally, I mean, when the village comes to you and says, you got one child and you're struggling, maybe you don't need to have a second. Maybe, you can't tell me what to do. I'm grown. Or maybe the village said to you, hey, your little boy was acting up and I had to whoop him because, he's jumping on my furniture and opening up a screen door or whatever. Don't be hitting my child. You don't put your hands on my kid. That's not how the village work. Bottom line is, the village is still out here working. The village is out here trying to survive in this economy, just like y'all are trying to survive, right? They've paid their dues. They've raised their children. That's all they're obligated to do. When you get out here and you want to play grown and be adult, then you have to do grown-up stuff, like hold yourself accountable, make better decisions. Nobody asked to lay down and have children. Nobody, but that's a consequence. So when it happens, you have to hold yourself accountable to that. You have to be prepared to put your big girl panties on and take whatever losses you may have to take, because it comes with the territory, okay? So my advice to this younger generation would be, do better. Do better.
I want to give my commentary now. I'm gonna be out. I want to read this comment real quick. And this is exactly what she's talking about. Wow, oh wow, it's her audacity. So you're telling me that if I'm in need of any kind of support, then I have to accept your judgment of me and my situation? But if I bring up a time when you were in a similar situation, then I'm wrong. Child, I wonder if God did the same. Who you still have a village? I don't know. But hey, I trust God more than these comments and videos. Let me see what people say in the comment section. Quick to speak and quicker to not hear. It's people like you who are the reason why the village is tired. And she said, I don't know. She said, thank you. I don't know, bro. I'm gonna go ahead and comment on this and I'm gonna be out. So in regards to that video, listen, first of all, it's only one answer. And I ain't gonna lie, man, I feel the exact same way about this rental crisis, and I'm hoping that one of the candidates for this election addresses this. This is a crisis. Like, people cannot afford, like, rent has gone up over almost $1,000 for most apartments in the last couple of years. Like, you have more apartments than ever that are almost $2,000, and they're in the hood. The hood. $2,000 used to get you a luxury apartment for sure. You could live in a nice ass building for $2,000. I don't know who's paying these kind of rent. I don't know. But it's been really bad since 2021. Like, seriously bad. Very bad, right? And no one's giving these women the real, and you know what it is too, it's about survival. No one's telling y'all about what your best, the best strategy for women's survival is the same as it's always been. But one of the issues is that, for one, you're taught that you don't need a man. And what's funny is right now we're in between basically a gold digger sex worker mindset and I don't need a man. You're going to have to value family. Now you're starting to kind of see the value of family. Trying to take on all this by yourself, it's not worth it. If for any other reason, right, for your survival, you should be looking to pair up with somebody. All the girls in them videos were all cute girls, or all decent looking girls that some guys checking for. All right, the economy never supported a one income household, but now it's getting to a point where you're going to have to get with someone else who also got a job and a half, if not 2 jobs. You're going to need a job and a half. I mean, listen, either you going to have a job and a half or just your job, or you're going to have 2 incomes. It's becoming the non-negotiable. Like, it's becoming like the thing that can no longer be done. Because people with good jobs are struggling. Damn. People who make middle class income are struggling right now. Ladies, if you got a guy you can make it work with, you need to be doing everything you can. And again, this was never an issue before because people got together. All right. So anyway, I'm gonna leave with that, man. The only thing that's going to say the black community, honestly, is pairing up, or maybe the rent crisis is going to bring us back together. How about that? All right, y'all. Like, share, and subscribe. Peace, love you.